Welcome back to the deep dive. If you're like us, you're trying to keep up with, well, just the sheer speed of AI innovation, right? It feels like every week there's something new changing how we build tech. Today we're jumping into two really interesting new tools from Google Labs, and we're not just looking at software here. This feels like a fundamental shift. Our mission today is to get clear on Google Jules and Google Opal, both AI, both from Google Labs. But, and this is important, they are not competitors. Not at all. Understanding why is kind of key to seeing where software development is heading. You've sent us some great sources, tech specs, use cases, market stuff. So let's dive in and get a clear picture of what these tools are, what they do, and why they sit in such different spaces.
Yeah, it's fascinating, isn't it? Because they really highlight this bigger trend in AI segmentation. AI isn't one size fits all anymore. It's becoming much more specific, serving different needs, different skills, tools to boost expert developers, and tools to let non-tech folks build things too. So our goal is to give you that really clear breakdown of each one purpose, features, and where they fit in the whole tech landscape.
Okay, let's kick things off with Google Jules. So, right away, let's be clear. This isn't just another co-pilot suggesting code as you type. Google Jules is, they call it an autonomous agentic AI coding assistant. That word agentic, that's the core idea. Think of it like a smart assistant that can take a task and run with it. Complex, multi-step coding jobs without you needing to look over its shoulder constantly. It works in the background.
Exactly. It's autonomous. It reads the code, figures out what you, the developer, actually intend, and then gets on with executing the task.
So it was announced back in December 2024 from Google Labs, and then the public beta hit at Google I/O 2025. And the interesting thing is, it's pretty accessible globally wherever Gemini is, and no wait list for the beta.
Yeah, they want feedback, clearly. Get it out there, see how people use it.
Makes sense. It's a strategic way to iterate quickly.
And that agentic part we mentioned, it really signifies this leap. Jules isn't just pattern matching, it's reasoning about the goal. If you zoom out a bit, connect this to the bigger picture. This points towards a future where AI handles some really complex end-to-end engineering work. It could really change the developer role. Less focus on writing every single line, more on the high-level stuff, architecture, strategy, oversight.
It's a pretty significant shift. So developers might spend less time actually in the code editor, more time reviewing, maybe.
Potentially, yeah. The mindset shift is moving from being the sole code creator to being the director, the architect, the quality checker. You define the what and why, and Jules helps massively with the how. So, yeah, maybe more time reviewing AI pull requests, more time designing, less time fighting with syntax or boilerplate code.
Okay, so how does it actually pull this off? What's under the hood? The key seems to be this real code context feature. When you give Jules a task, it doesn't just look at the file you're in. It clones the entire code base securely into a Google Cloud VM. This lets it understand the whole project, how everything fits together, which is crucial for making smart changes across multiple files.
Right, without that full context, you risk breaking things elsewhere. Jules avoids that by seeing the whole picture.
And the main benefit, the big sell, it's about offloading the repetitive time-sucking tasks. We're talking writing tests, unit tests, integration tests, fixing bugs that span multiple files, adding boilerplate for new features, updating dependencies.
The dependency updates, yeah.
Yeah.
Anyone who's lost a weekend to a framework upgrade knows that pain.
Exactly. If Jules can handle that reliably, that's huge. It's not just productivity, it's getting your time back. And that's where it gets really interesting, freeing up developers, letting them focus on the hard problems, the creative stuff, the architecture, less time on the grunt work, more brain power for innovation.
Definitely. And it's not just offloading, it's also about parallel progress. Imagine kicking off a big refactoring task with Jules, and while it's running in the background, you're working on something else entirely. It supports multiple tasks at once. Default is up to 2 concurrently. That speeds things up massively.
2 tasks running while I do a third, that's a big deal for velocity.
And because it has that full context, the accuracy is generally better than tools looking at isolated code snippets. Fewer mistakes, hopefully.
What's powering it? Is it Gemini?
Yep, Gemini 2.5 Pro. That's what gives it the advanced coding and reasoning chops. But it's not just the model, it's how they've implemented it. The privacy by design aspect is absolutely crucial, especially for businesses. Tasks run in these isolated, secure Google Cloud VMs, your private code. It's not used to train the underlying models, period.
Okay, that directly addresses the big fear, right? My proprietary code feeding some giant public AI.
Exactly. It's a direct answer to enterprise concerns about IP and data security. It builds trust and makes it viable for companies that would otherwise hesitate to use an external AI tool on their core code. It's a very deliberate design choice.
That makes a lot of sense. A critical feature, not just a footnote. Okay, let's dig deeper into Jules' toolkit. What specific features does it offer? We've mentioned real code context and intelligent reasoning, so it clones the repo, understands the whole project. This means changes should fit the existing style, pass tests.
Right, it's not just changing code, it's trying to change it correctly within the context of your project's conventions and tests, like modifying related files together.
It avoids those, oops, didn't realize that affected this other module moments.
Hopefully, yeah, that's the goal. Understanding the whole system, not just isolated lines. It's a big step up from basic code completion.
Then there's the asynchronous parallel execution. You kick off a task, Jules works on it in the cloud, you can close the app, do other things, and it handles multiple tasks at once. We said up to 2 by default. That means faster cycles, real parallel development.
Which is huge for modern teams, especially distributed ones. Work keeps happening even if the developer switches tasks or signs off. It fits right into CI/CD thinking. Reduce bottlenecks, keep things moving.
Now, this next one feels really important for trust. Visible planning, user steerability, and control. Before Jules touches any code, it shows you a plan, step by step, with its reasoning. So what does this mean for you? You get to review it, you can edit it, tweak it, say, no, do this instead. It's a human-in-the-loop approach.
Absolutely critical. It means you're always in control. No black box, just making changes. You see the plan, you approve or modify the plan. That transparency builds trust.
Mitigates the risk of it going off in a weird direction.
Precisely. It keeps the developer firmly in the driver's seat.
And integration. It uses GitHub. Yeah, seamless GitHub integration. It works with your repos, your branches, submits changes as standard pull requests, so it fits into your existing workflow, code review, merge, everything. No big hoops to jump through.
Which, again, lowers the barrier to adoption. It feels like another team member submitting a PR, albeit a very fast, autonomous one.
Okay, let's get specific. Multitasking prowess. What kinds of tasks can it actually handle, like writing tests, unit integration, even property-based tests? You could say, generate tests for this controller with 80% coverage.
That alone could save hours. Tedious, but necessary work.
Totally. Or fixing bugs, you give it an error, maybe point to the area, like resolve the null pointer error in the auth function. It'll try to find it and fix it across files.
Interesting. Debugging aid.
Yeah, and building new features, scaffolding stuff. Implementing basic logic, maybe add a dark mode toggle or set up a new REST API endpoint with basic CRUD.
So it can lay the groundwork, accelerate feature dev.
Exactly. And bumping dependency versions, we mentioned this update React from 16 to 18, handle the breaking changes. That's a big one.
Definitely a common pain point.
Also, refactoring code, general cleanup, renaming variables, extracting functions, optimizing loops, standardizing formats, like standardize error handling across all these route handlers.
Tackling technical debt.
Nice. And enhancing documentation, improving redems, adding code comments, maybe generating basic API docs.
Often neglected, so that's useful.
And then there's that unique one, audio summaries. It can generate audio change logs of recent commits. Think quick project updates, sprint recaps you can listen to, team sync-ups for remote folks, a different way to consume updates.
That's actually pretty clever, like a quick audio digest of what's changed.
Right. So the versatility is pretty impressive.
It really is. What's fascinating is how it automates so much of the necessary but often tedious parts of development. It frees up that creative capacity. And again, underpinned by that privacy by design, that trust factor makes all these capabilities usable in real-world sensitive projects.
Okay, we've got a good handle on Jules, the autonomous agent for coders. Let's completely shift gears now to Google Opal. This is where the contrast really sharpens. So Google Opal, what is it? It's described as an experimental no-code tool. Also from Google Labs, its main job. Let users create AI-powered mini apps using natural language and a visual editor. No coding required. Okay, let's unpack that. Opal is about making app development, especially with AI, accessible to way more people, not just pro developers.
Exactly. And this immediately tells you about its market position. Opal isn't competing with Jules or VS Code or anything like that. The sources point to its competitors being tools like Asana, Monday.com, Smartsheet, Trello, Slack, ClickUp, project management, collaboration, work management platforms.
Whoa, okay. That's a totally different world. Asana versus Jules. Not even close.
Right. And that highlights the key point. AI tool is super broad. These tools are segmenting based on who they're for and what they do. A business user needs Asana. A developer needs Well, maybe Jules. Different needs, different skills, different tools. Opal and Jules serve completely separate audiences.
That comparison makes the distinction crystal clear. So how does Opal actually let non-technical folks build these AI apps? What's the experience like?
Well, the core seems to be a combination of a natural language interface and a visual workflow editor. You basically describe what you want the app to do in plain English. Something like, create an app to track customer feedback sentiment from emails.
Okay, so you just tell it the goal.
Yeah, and Opal translates that into a visual flowchart-like workflow. You can then tweak it, drag, drop, connect different steps. It's designed to be really intuitive.
Like building with digital Lego bricks, kind of?
Sort of, yeah. The barrier to entry is super low. If you can describe a business process, you can probably map it out visually in Opal. This means really fast prototyping for business needs.
And the AI part, how does that get plugged in?
Opal provides a set of pre-built AI components, things like text summarization, sentiment analysis, maybe image generation, data extraction from documents. You just drag these AI blocks into your workflow, connect them to your data, maybe a Google Sheet or form responses, and tell them what to do. Analyze sentiment of this text. Summarize this document.
So you don't need to understand the AI models, just what they can do.
Precisely. It abstracts away the complexity.
And can these mini apps connect to other things? Or are they just standalone?
Good question. They're designed for integrations with common business tools. Think Google Workspace Sheets, Docs, Forms, also things like Slack. So you could build an Opal app that automatically summarizes feedback from a Google form into a doc or sends an alert to a Slack channel if negative sentiment is detected. It automates workflows between the tools people already use.
Ah, okay. So it's about automating tasks and connecting existing tools, powered by AI, but built visually.
Exactly. It empowers those citizen developers, the marketing person, the project manager, the HR specialist, to build their own solutions without needing to wait for the official IT or dev team.
Got it. That really clarifies the Opal side. Which brings us back to the main point. Why Jules and Opal are not direct competitors. Let's just nail this down. So, Google Jules, again, purpose. Autonomous AI coding agent. Reads, understands, and modifies code. Automates complex coding tasks. Target user, professional developers, engineers, people who write code for a living.
Right. It works with code.
And Google Opal, purpose. Experimental no-code platform. Creates AI mini-apps without code, uses visual workflows, target user, business user, citizen developers, marketers, people who need solutions but don't code.
Exactly. Jules is for coders to help them with code. Opal is for non-coders to help them build apps without code. One works directly on source files, integrates with Git. The other provides a visual abstraction layer on top of business tools and AI services.
Totally different tools for totally different jobs and people.
Precisely. And connecting that to the bigger picture, they address different pain points. AI is broadening the spectrum. You've got AI like Jules making experts hyper-efficient, and AI like Opal making creation accessible to everyone else. It's not one replacing the other. It's AI enabling more ways to build software, catering to the whole range of technical skills.
Okay, that makes perfect sense. So what does this mean for the whole developer tooling world? Jules points towards this idea of agentic development, AI becoming a more active, autonomous part of building software. Maybe development teams change with AI handling more execution.
Yeah, the human role shifts more towards strategy, design, validation.
And Opal, that's about the rise of the citizen developer, right?
Yep.
Making AI tools usable by people closer to the business problems. Faster solutions, less reliance on central dev teams for everything.
Exactly. Democratizing AI capabilities.
So both tools fit into Google's bigger strategy, embedding AI everywhere, augmenting the experts with Jules, empowering everyone else with Opal, covering all the bases.
Seems like it, a multi-pronged approach to AI and software creation.
All right, so for the developers listening who are now thinking, okay, I want to try Jules, let's get practical. How do you actually use it? Let's walk through getting started. Seems pretty straightforward. Step 1. Sign in. Go to jules.google, use your Google account, accept the privacy notice. Simple enough.
Standard Google onboarding.
Step 2. Link GitHub. You need to give Jules access to your code. Grant access to specific repos, probably best practice, right?
Definitely start specific, least privilege.
Step 3. Choose repo and branch. Pick the project and, crucially, the branch. The advice is always create a dedicated feature branch just for Jules. Don't let it work directly on main.
Absolutely. Treat its changes like any other feature development. Isolate, review, then merge. Standard safe practice.
Right. Protect that main branch. Okay, so you're set up. Now, the Jules workflow. Prompt to pull request. Step 1. Craft your prompt. This sounds like the most important part. Garbage in, garbage out, basically. Vague prompts like fix the login won't cut it. You need specifics. This is where it gets really interesting. Think detailed instructions. Resolve the null pointer error in the auth.js file's login function. Or add unit tests for auth controller. Aim for 80% coverage. Or maybe upgrade project to React 18, update dependencies, focus on breaking changes in app.js.
So prompt engineering becomes a real skill for developers using these tools, articulating intent precisely, like writing a very clear bug report or feature spec.
Exactly. You're guiding the AI, which leads to step 2. Review the plan. Jules takes your prompt, analyzes the code, and comes back with a step-by-step plan explaining why it wants to do things that way. This is your main chance to steer it. Review the plan, modify it, give feedback, catch misunderstandings before code gets written.
That feedback loop is critical. It's where you ensure the AI is aligned with your actual goals. And it can work asynchronously. You can step away. It might auto-approve if you let it, but that review is key.
Then step 3, monitor and approve execution. As it works through the plan, you see the code changes the diffs in real time. You can still intervene here, modify things mid-flight, or hit the abort button if needed. Full transparency.
Control remains with the developer.
And finally, step 4. Review and merge the pull request. Jules finishes, packages it all up into a standard GitHub PR. Your job now is the final code review. Check the diffs, run the tests, make sure it works, then merge it in, just like any other contribution. Fits right into the normal process.
Seamless integration with standard dev practices. That's smart.
Okay, let's make it even more real with some use cases and examples from the sources. Bug fixing, like fixing race conditions or that null pointer example.
Fun play stuff.
Test generation, generating just tests for React components, aiming for a specific coverage.
Time saver.
Feature scaffolding, building a REST API endpoint, maybe with basic logic. Or adding a dark mode toggle affecting CSS globally.
Accelerates development.
Dependency upgrades, like updating Flask and handling the breaking changes.
Pain relief.
Refactoring tech debt, standardizing error handling, replacing old var with letconst.
Code quality improvements.
Docs and comments, improving re-ABs, adding doc strings.
Good hygiene.
And those audio changelogs for quick updates.
Nice touch.
But as we mentioned, it has limits. Not for vague ideas, complex architectural shifts, or deep business logic that isn't well-defined. And no long-running processes like dev servers in its setup. It's for defined coding tasks.
Right. It augments, it doesn't replace the core strategic thinking or deep domain knowledge of the human developer. It's a tool, a very powerful one, but still a tool guided by human intent.
Okay, for those ready to go deep with Jules, let's talk best practices and advanced tips. How do you really maximize its value? We've hammered this, but clear. Context-rich prompts are number 1. Break down big tasks into smaller, focused prompts for better accuracy, like giving it a series of smaller steps.
Makes sense. Guide it more explicitly. And then there's this idea of actively teaching the AI about your specific project. 2 key things here: environment setup scripts and the agents.md file.
Right, the setup scripts, because it runs in a fresh VM each time.
Exactly. You need to tell it how to build and test your project. Simple scripts: .npm install, npm run test. Keep them lightweight. It needs that environment set up correctly to work properly. Supports the major languages: JS, Python, Go, Java, Rust.
Okay, standard setup. But this agents.md file, that sounds new.
It's really interesting. It's a file you put in the root of your repo. Jules looks for it automatically. You use it to describe any custom tools or agents within your own code base. Like if you have a special internal linter or a custom build step, you document it there, what it does, how to use it.
So you're telling Jules about your project's specific quirks and tools.
Precisely. It helps Jules understand your conventions better, generate more relevant plans, and write code that fits your project, not just generic best practices. It's like providing internal documentation for the AI.
Wow, so maintaining agentest.md becomes part of managing the project for AI collaboration.
Yeah, it's a new layer of configuration, specifically for AI agents. Keep it updated. It helps Jules be a much smarter teammate for your specific code base.
That's a fascinating glimpse into the future. Okay, what else? Plan review. Absolutely. Strategic plan review and effective feedback. Always review the plan critically before hitting approve. That's your main control point. And use the chat. Give feedback iteratively. Ask for revisions, clarify things, answer its questions. It's a dialogue to refine the outcome.
That continuous loop is key for control and getting the best results. It makes you wonder how much it learns from that feedback over time for your specific style.
Yeah, good question. Does it personalize? Google hasn't explicitly detailed that level of long-term learning per user yet, But the feedback definitely refines the current task and helps Google improve the overall model. Now, usage limits, especially during the beta, it's free right now,
Always nice.
but
Yeah.
there are limits. Default is 5 concurrent tasks, 60 tasks per day. If you hit the limit, you can't start new tasks for a bit, but you can manage existing ones.
Okay, reasonable for a beta.
And you can request higher quotas if you need them, especially if you're providing good feedback. Seems like they want active users to push the boundaries.
Makes sense. Gather data, see where the real demand is before setting final pricing.
Right. Which leads to the crucial topic of security considerations and responsible code handling.
Super important. Jules executes code in a cloud VM with internet access. While it's secure, the responsibility is shared.
So standard security hygiene is a must.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Quick reminders. No secrets in the repo. API keys, tokens, keep them out. Use proper secrets management. Address vulnerabilities. Don't expect Jules to fix security holes you haven't addressed. Be careful with third-party code commands. Scrutinize what you let it install or run. Follow GitHub security best practices. Basic repository hygiene helps.
So it's powerful, but you're still the ultimate guardian of your code's security.
Exactly. It's this shared responsibility model. AI provides automation, but human oversight, especially on security and quality, is paramount. It's a partnership where the human holds the ultimate accountability.
What a deep dive. We've really unpacked Google Jules, the autonomous AI coder, aiming to boost developer productivity, and contrasted it sharply with Google Opal, the no-code platform, making AI app building accessible to everyone. So, the big takeaway. 2 distinct tools, both using AI, both from Google, but serving completely different needs and users, not competitors at all. Jules is about supercharging the expert developer, automating the tedious stuff so they can innovate more. Opal is about empowering non-coders to build their own solutions. It's AI meeting people where they are, skill-wise.
Yeah, and connecting that to the bigger picture, Jules really points to this rise of autonomous AI agents in software engineering. We'll likely see AI handling more and more complex parts of the development cycle. It could really reshape engineering teams, shifting the human focus heavily towards architecture, strategy, and ensuring quality, while AI handles a lot more of the direct implementation, speeding up innovation significantly.
Which leaves us with a final thought for you to chew on. As these AI agents get smarter and more integrated, what skills become most valuable for human developers? Is it still just writing code? Or is it shifting more towards prompt engineering, high-level design, critically evaluating AI output, maybe even becoming an AI orchestrator? How does our definition of coding change in this AI-augmented world? Something to think about. If you're a developer, definitely check out the Jules beta while it's free. It's a chance to see this future firsthand. Thanks for joining us on the Deep Dive. We'll catch you next time.